Okay, welcome, welcome. I'm back. This is gonna be great. Oh wait, hold on. Oh shit, I'm monitoring. I shouldn't monitor. Hold on. Okay, here we go. So, got to turn that off. Okay, okay, much better. All right, cool. So, turn that fucking shit down. All right. Hey everybody, welcome. I am back. I'm feeling much better. I don't know if I've got too many repeat viewers, but my last stream was very short. Was not feeling well. I had some kind of norovirus over the weekend. I lost 4 pounds in one night. Threw up everything that was in my digestive tract, and it was not good. And it was still not really feeling it. What was that, Monday? So it was, my stream was all over the. I apologize for that. I want to show you something. I've been talking about this since I started the channel a couple weeks ago. Look what I got. Look back here. Oh, ooh, 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 ooh. It's just me. That white background is gone. I went to B&H. I got a green screen. Look at this. Oh my gosh. Look at this. Oh, 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 oh. It's just me. This looks a little more professional. Awesome. It's exactly what I wanted. It's an improvement. I love it. So we're going to keep doing this. Okay. So let's see. Great. Let's get out of this. Let's get into the meat of the stuff. Great. So welcome. Welcome to News Shows for Those. So today, Monday was a disaster. I just want to apologize for that. Monday was a complete disaster. I was still feeling like shit. I thought I could do something, but I was really lost. I didn't have any direction. I didn't, lay anything out that I really wanted to talk about. But today, I've done a little homework, and hopefully things will go a lot smoother. And this is kind of what I want to talk to you about today. Uh, I want to dive into this subreddit that I found. It's called Quiver Quantitative. It is a very informative um, subreddit. Let's see. Did I? No. Okay. So we'll just go to it. Um, I'm loving it. This guy, um, I believe it's modded. It seems like by just one guy, and he is. I. It seems to me like he watches committee meetings, C-SPAN like nonstop all day, and just posts videos, and then also insider trading. Congress of Congress people, and it's very informative. It's very some of these videos are very shocking and relevant, and I think everything that he posts is very very well chosen and important, and I think we should all be paying attention to the subreddit. It's very I like it a lot. I like it a lot. He has a website too and where you can go and mimic stock trades of representatives, um, and I think it's great. So yeah, so we're going to talk about that a little bit. I also want to talk about egg prices. I saw a video. I'll share with you too. I saw a video of this woman talking about egg prices and how, yes, bird flu is affecting the prices, but it's not the whole story. So we'll dive into that. I want to talk about Bernie Sanders and what he's been doing lately, and what we can do to support him, because I think it's great. It's great what he's doing. And and then kind of finish up with what we can do. What can we do in these troubling times of ours? And then yeah, but before we get into all of that, walking my son to the bus today. He's scrolling through Instagram, uh, and he is watching this Subway fight. He watches. Those sometimes your feed has got like fights on it and stuff. I've noticed also too, especially for young teenager, you get fed that stuff a lot. Um, and he said something to me that kind of stuck with me. He's like, my feed, yo, what's up with my feed today? There's all these fights. My feed is full of fights. And he was going through the comments on one of the videos he was watching, and a lot of the other comments mention that too. So I Googled it and I tried to find out what was going on. Is there something up with the algorithm? Something going on today? And apparently, there is something going on today, and it's February 26th is Slay Your Homie Day. What? So, February 26th, why is it so important? And what is sliming? So it's Slime Your Homie Day. So that means it's time to get your boy, make fun of him, put him on blast, whatever the lingo is. Um, and yeah, so I think that's kind of what's going on. That's a little bit behind. If you're noticing a lot of fights or a lot of practical jokes in a very kind of more violent way, that's what's going on with your algorithm today, because it's Slime Your Boy Day, which I didn't know. So interesting little tidbit I was researching on my way to get the green screen at B&H, which I'm gonna make a little short of and post to my channel, because my channel needs some flavor, some spices to it. Okay, so let's get back into Quiver Quantitative. Let's see what we got. I was just at Quiver. All right. All right. There we go. So, we're just gonna scroll the subreddit and see what he's been posting. Again, Quiver Quantitative is the subreddit that I've just found. It's got 21,000 members. I feel like he or she has been gaining members pretty steadily. I mean, he's putting out some good content. I really like it. It's informative. It's kind of under the radar stuff. It's like this guy just, it seems like he watches a lot of C-SPAN. And he's one of the moderators. I believe this is him. Yeah, he's the Quiver founder. I don't share code, financial advice, or stock picks. Message me if you want to try out the Quiver Quantitative API. All right, so this guy's got he's got some stuff going on. He's got a website. He's got this going. He seems to be pretty successful, and it seems like his subreddit is really starting to take off. Um, so let's go back. Um, I I was interested in this video. Representative Maxwell Frost just got kicked out of the House Oversight meeting for calling Trump a grifter. There are many warning signs these days about what's going on in the government and what Republicans are doing to squash dissent and to kind of take hold on Washington. And this, it's a 2-minute video. Let's just join it in the middle.
Like to hold on?
Okay.
I'm the chairman. I'm recognized. Ms. Frost, and will recognize.
Turn the volume up.
Revise your remark with respect to.
So we won't watch the whole thing, but this Representative Maxwell Frost has called Trump the grifter in chief, and the chairman, Mr. Comer, took offense to that, or somebody in the committee took offense to that, raised an objection, and Mr. Comer's giving him a chance to, I believe, apologize or rephrase what he said.
Properly identifying the President of the United States?
I'll say President Musk and grifter in chief Trump.
All right.
Grifter in chief
Hey,
Trump.
Mr. Chairman, point of order.
Wait a second.
If I wanted
All right.
I heard no disparagement of the
I'll say something else.
We'll save a lot of time.
I'll say something else.
Okay. All right. We're going to let Chair recognize Mr. Frost. You still have 349. You're going to maybe revise the disparaging comment about the president because that's supposed to be our decorum here. And
It is supposed to be. President Musk and the President of the United States, Donald Trump, who is engaged in grifting of the American people, often use their public offices to enrich themselves. Someone on the other side was just asking, how would you feel if you called someone else from the other side?
Hold off.
I will say the president's grifting because you spent the last 2 years saying President
Take
Biden
down
was corrupt.
his words.
I can say that Trump is grifting. What I will withdraw is calling him grifter in chief. That is what I will
The chair
withdraw.
sustains the point of order, and the words in question are ordered stricken from the transcript of this proceeding. So the member is barred from further participation.
I mean, that's crazy. That's crazy. This is a House Oversight meeting, which I believe in the background that was Marjorie Taylor Greene. I'm pretty sure that she had the objection to the language being used, which to me is so laughable because if you watched her at all in the committee hearings she's been in, especially when Biden was president, there's been nothing but disparaging remarks and foul language being directed towards President Biden. So this is another, kind of like hypocritical.
So who's next?
It's another
Food
hypocritical
purchases and deliveries.
thing. Oh,
Madam Chair.
okay, hold on.
US.
Yeah. So, sorry, I got lost my train of thought there. So, yeah. So this is, bullshit, hypocrisy here in these committee meetings. He posted this other clip here. Let's watch this. This is Speak of the Devil. All right. All right, hold on a second. I need some hotkeys here.
You're not recognized in
I
food
need some
purchases and deliveries.
Madam Chair?
USAID.
Madam Chair, are we going member to member, or do you get to make a speech in between each witness? If you're going to offer evidence or
You're not
testimony, it should be
recognized.
in the clock.
You're not recognized. It's
Sure I
my
am.
time.
Sure I am.
I now recognize myself for 5 minutes of questions.
Oh my God. Oh jeez. So, very good stuff here. And this is the kind of stuff he posted. I really like this stuff too. New stock trades from a new U.S. representative. Brad Knott has filed his first stock trades. The company has a market cap of $1.5 billion. It makes metal credit cards. He's the first member of Congress that we have seen trading this stock. The budget, the provisional budget I just passed, very gray budget, and it's very just basically lays out the broad strokes, right? So 4.5 trillion in tax cuts, and a reduced spending of, I believe, let's see. The House wants to. Okay, yeah. So it is 2 trillion in cuts, and 4.8 trillion in tax cuts and spending increases. So these fiscal Republicans just passed a bill that if when everything goes through, we will add almost 3 trillion to the deficit over 10 years. And here we go. The spending cuts looks like they're targeting Medicaid. These are the broad strokes, and the Senate has to define exactly where all these cuts are coming from. But these, I believe, this is kind of like the direction they're giving the Senate and where they want these cuts to come from. So cutting from Medicaid, almost slashing the education budget in half. Agriculture, which oversees the SNAP program, cutting that by 230 billion, and then other cuts from around various other parts of the government will be about 500 billion. And then we're going to increase spending by, surprise, surprise, the judiciary and Homeland Security. For I believe that's for ICE and border protection. Of course, we have to increase the armed services budget and tax cuts, 4.5 trillion in tax reductions. The majority, which from what I've read, the majority will be given to the rich and corporations. So, these are, of course, will we see tax deductions too? Yes, but most of it, we won't, exactly. We will see most of it given to the wealthy, as Republicans usually do. So, I'm getting a little bit off on a tangent here. And let's see. So, and then, I haven't watched this yet. I mean, he's got some really good clips. Here's Elon Musk at a cabinet meeting. This is all just not so. So let's watch this.
Trump put out a Truth Social today saying that everybody in the cabinet was happy with you. I just wondered if you had heard otherwise, and if so, what are you doing to address those any dissatisfaction?
Let the cabinet speak just for a second. Is anybody unhappy with Elon? If you are, well, throw him out of here.
Holy shit balls. This is just so alarming on so many levels. I mean, this is like, look at him. Look at him.
A Truth Social today
He looks like a kid, like up to give a presentation in front of the whole class, who doesn't know anything what he's doing, and then the teacher tells, oh my god, like,
Throw him out of here.
Throw him out of here.
If you are, well, throw him out of here. Is anybody unhappy with Elon? If you are, well, throw him out of here.
Ha ha ha
What are
ha.
you doing to address those any dissatisfaction?
Let the cabinet speak just for a second.
So this is fucking insane. Let the cabinet speak, and if they speak their minds, we'll throw them out. This is authoritative, dictatorial. I don't know. Speech, and it's like insane.
they love. If you are, well, throw them out of here.
Fucking crazy. And then applause. This is like,
They have a lot of respect for Elon and.
oh my god. It's crazy. Let's see what these
Put out a
comments. What's so damn annoying is all of these people are the actual lizard people. They are so tough to look at. They are the least normal looking people. They're outside the superficial side, all twisted and weird, actually perfectly represented their inner self, which is all twisted. Okay. Oh my god. It's insane. I cannot believe that this is actually happening. This is this guy who 2 weeks ago said he'll answer, he'll take criticism and he'll fix his mistakes, and he's not infallible, is standing before cabinet, and Trump basically says nobody disagree with him or you're fired. It's insane. It's insane. So so this is Quiver Quantitative. I really like it. You guys should check it out. Let's see. Let's watch this one.
Argue that this budget resolution. How do you respond to critics like Tom Massey who kind of argue that this budget resolution will make deficit worse, not better? And are you committed to having a vote today, or is that potentially going to get delayed?
Yeah, so the budget resolution itself doesn't do any of that. The objective and our commitment has always been deficit neutrality. That's the goal here. If we can reduce the deficit, even better. But here's another thing everybody needs to consider. Not only are we working to find savings for the American taxpayer, to find a better, more efficient, more effective use of their dollars, which we are morally obligated to do. We also have a moral obligation to bend the curve on the debt. All of your children, all of our children and grandchildren are going to be saddled with the debt that we're spending right now. It's $36 trillion federal debt. The deficits have ballooned. We have to change that trajectory. Now, you don't turn an aircraft carrier on a dime. It takes miles of open ocean to turn an aircraft carrier because it's such a large vessel. I think the metaphor is obvious here. We can't do it all at once, but we're going to take a big bite out of that. We are going to make a big course correction in this process, and that's why the Republicans in the House and the Senate are so excited about this mission and what we can accomplish with it. So stay tuned on the details. We're going to do this methodically. We're going to do it in a very responsible manner, and we're going to achieve these goals. And we'll be working with all the members throughout the day to get to that. There may be a vote tonight. There may not be. Stay tuned. That's why you get paid. Hang around here. You'll have lots to report on.
So the goal is to reduce the debt, but you just added trillions to the deficit in 10 years. So what's going on? What's going on here? Insane. So this is Quiver Quantitative. Again, I want you guys to check this out. Start following the subreddit. It's very good. It's very good. The next thing I want to talk about today are egg prices. I was on Instagram the other day, and I saw, where is that? Hold on. Sarah Tabor, Ballotpedia. Okay, we're gonna have to find this video. This woman details, this woman, Sarah Tabor, who ran for North Carolina Commissioner of Agriculture. She lost in November. She earned a bachelor's degree from Brigham Young, and her experiences helping launch vegetable greenhouses and indoor farms, working as a postdoctoral researcher in beekeeping, auditing, safety, and food agriculture systems. So she is big into agriculture. She has a background and an education in agriculture. She lost her election. It was close. And she has an Instagram account, and let's find that, and I'll find the video for you. Oh no, session has expired. What does that mean? What does that mean? Going back to Instagram app to manage your settings. Oh my god. What am I supposed to do here? Instagram. Oh, here we go. All right, so maybe you can log in. Can I log in without? Hold on. Hold on. Let's see. Scheiße. Don't want you guys looking at this stuff. All right, so maybe we could just find it. So Sarah. All right, here we go. So here, oh, I don't want to do that. So these are the videos. So let's see. Let's see. I don't want to do that. Oh my God. All right, so maybe you can watch it without. Okay, let's watch this. Please work. Okay, here we go.
Asking me what's going on with egg prices. Bird flu is definitely part of it. Boy, would love to unpack that with you. But if you're asking about prices, that's more than just bird flu. That's bird flu and markets.
Right. So this makes a lot of sense to me, and it if you look it up, it is true, and that's exactly what happened. FTC, threatened regulations or sanctions, and I believe from what I've read, I believe that they were fined. One company was fined about $12 million. So enforcement of regulation is very important, and it does not, according to this video, it does not really seem like there's an egg shortage. Now, do companies have to make up their lost revenue by culling all these chickens, and could that be somewhat reflected in the prices? Yeah, probably. I going shopping, I haven't really noticed. I really haven't noticed any shortages in eggs. Just the egg prices have gone up, which actually makes a lot of sense now that after watching this video, because if there's a shortage, why are there still plenty of eggs on the shelf? The only place where I didn't see eggs was at Trader Joe's, which is where we usually shop. And from what I gather, Trader Joe's only buys at a certain price point. So if it goes up too high, they're not buying it. They're buying eggs. They're buying eggs at prices where they can sell at their predetermined price. From what I understand, that's kind of how Trader Joe's works, and that's the only place that I've seen eggs, an egg shortage. And have the prices gone up at Trader Joe's? Yes, but not as much as other places. And we just started getting our regular eggs back at Trader Joe's, and for the same price we were getting them in November and December. So yeah, this video to me makes a lot of sense, and because me personally, in shopping around Queens and New York City, I have not noticed a decrease in the availability of eggs, only an increase in the price. So that to me was very interesting, and this video got me looking up certain things. I found this article from the CBC, why Canada is safe for now from very high egg prices. And why would that be? Because bird flu doesn't respect borders, right? I'm sure there's a lot of culling going on in Canada, but what this article points out is that there is a big difference in it's two parts, I think. Is that the first part is that Canada does not have, because they try to keep their markets more competitive. There's less of a monopolistic behavior in Canada. So they try to keep the companies more regional and smaller than, say, what we do here in the United States, where we house millions and millions of chickens in our factories, in our egg factories or warehouses or whatever. Here we go. Due to its smaller farms and resilient supply management systems. So these are the two things. The farms are smaller, and Canada has a supply management system. With Canadian farms, we are well protected against the worst effects of avian influenza. U.S. agribusiness has no resemblance to Canada's egg farms, which have an average of 25,000 laying hens per farm. And in the United States, I believe it runs sometimes up into the millions. So when you have the avian flu visiting your farm, instead of culling, and one of your chickens or your chickens start to get sick, instead of culling all 1 million of your chickens, because farms are smaller in Canada, you're only doing a much smaller percentage of culling your stock. And then the other one is the supply management system, established in 1972, allows collaboration to make sure farms hit production targets and that production is spread out across the country. It also makes it easier for farmers to work together on disease response. So farmers across Canada are constantly in communication with each other to make sure that the Canadian public, and I believe this is across all agriculture, as far as I can understand and remember. They have this supply management system in place where the farmers talk to each other and get their information from each other and coordinate their supply so the supply is steady and never and doesn't fluctuate as what's the word? It doesn't fluctuate as unpredictably as it might in the United States. And I did some research on this. Dairy and poultry supply management in Canada. So I went to Wikipedia to look this up. Canada's supply management, abbreviated SM, is a national agricultural policy framework used across the country, which controls the supply of dairy, poultry, and eggs through production and import controls and pricing mechanisms. The supply management system was authorized by the 1972 Farm Products Agencies Act, which established the two national agencies that oversee the system. The Agriculture and Agri-Food Canada Federal Department is responsible for both the Canadian Dairy Commission and its analog for eggs, chicken, and turkey products. I'll put a link to this. It was just very interesting how funding the government and a well-working bureaucracy is something that it's become like a curse word here in our government, and something Elon Musk is haphazardly just slashing left and right without any input and just seeming to do it on a whim and whatever is easy. The easiest way to fire people, regardless of merit or experience or education, whatever. So here's what a well-funded program funded by the government, what some people might refer to as a bureaucratic system, oversees the supply of agricultural dairy and egg prices, supply in Canada. It's amazing. And what do you get for that investment? Well, when shit goes down, like you have an avian bird flu or something like that, guess what? The money you put into the system keeps egg prices nice and low. The screenshot here from this, this is just a screenshot, but I'm pretty sure it's pretty accurate. Here we go. This is from a couple weeks ago. $10 eggs in America, $4 eggs in Canada. This is what you get for your investment. And this is just one little small example of why good investment in government and a well-funded, thoughtful program run by bureaucrats, legislated into existence by your representatives, is very beneficial in times of challenges, in times of need, in times of crisis. This is why you invest in your government, and this is why the government invest dollars that benefit you in ways other than finite money that you see on your tax returns, or that you see staying in your paycheck. It makes so much sense when you go through the research and you understand what's going on and you see how it works in other countries, and you see the payoff. You see the payoff right here. Right here. It's just to me it seems so simple, and we have to look below the surface and understand what these government agencies exist for and why they're so important to keep, rather than yeehawing all the way to disaster, which is what's happening in this country right now. So that was my little dive into egg prices. I recommend following this woman on Instagram too. Her name is Sarah Tabor. She posted a follow-up video too. Let's see if we can get there. Let's see if I can get back to where we were. I believe this is the follow-up. This must be the follow-up. Let's see.
Did a video a couple days ago about how high egg prices are not just coming from bird flu, because
I haven't watched this, so we can watch this together.
bird flu has not cut egg supply as much as you would think. People had questions, so let's talk about it. Let's start with, back in 2022, with that bird flu outbreak, U.S. egg production only went down by less than 3%, but egg prices shot up. And it looks like the same thing is happening again. The price increase at the grocery store is huge, but the actual drop in the egg supply is not that big at all. I put a link to the full report in the video description. Now, that can make you wonder, if there's only a 2 or 3% drop in egg supply, then why are some stores completely out of eggs? Some stores that do have eggs, the prices are $6, $8, $10, $12 a dozen. What gives? Don't worry, I got you. Most grocery stores sell eggs as a loss leader. That means they sell them at cost or even lose a little bit of money when they sell the eggs, because everybody comes to the store to buy eggs. And then once they've got you in the store, most of us will also buy things with a higher profit margin, like cereal, snacks, and soda. But what if you're a grocery store that sells eggs as a loss leader, and then the egg companies start charging you, the grocery store, way more money for eggs? Because nearly half of the US's eggs come from only 5 companies. That means there is so little competition that not even grocery stores can do comparison shopping to get a better price. So egg companies can just price gouge grocery stores. And if you're a grocery store that sells eggs as a loss leader, what are you gonna do? You've got 2 options. Option 1, you can keep selling those eggs as a loss leader. You raise the price just enough to keep breaking even or lose the same amount of money on eggs as you were before. Option 2, monetize it. Jack up your shelf price for eggs until people stop buying them, and then drop the price back just a little bit. So only a few people are buying eggs, but you're making good money on every single dozen you sell. Some grocery stores are picking option 1. They're keeping eggs as a loss leader. Your store remains a good place for value-oriented shoppers to stop.
This is what I think. All right, so I think this is what Trader Joe's is doing. They're keeping it as a loss leader. And then also, too, I think when the price gets too high, they're just not buying the eggs, which is why I've noticed Trader Joe's pretty much the only place I've seen so far that has been without eggs. So they probably have a price point where they're like, no, just fuck it. We're not going to buy your eggs anymore. We sell, they make great business, especially the Trader Joe's I'd shop in Queens. They make really good business. It's always packed there. So they're probably just like, no, fuck you. But when the prices come down again, we'll start buying them. But we're not gonna, Trader Joe's isn't gonna sell us really expensive eggs. So they just won't buy them, which is what I think is happening. I guess that's the option 3 is what Trader Joe's is doing.
Up, customers are happy. You're also going to probably run out of eggs a lot. Other stores that jack the price all the way up, people will not buy eggs there unless they absolutely have to. And those desperate shoppers will find eggs in stock at your store, because only people who absolutely gotta have eggs right now are gonna pay $8, $10, or $12 a dozen for eggs. Stores like this will not sell very many eggs, but they will make a nice profit margin on the ones that they do sell. The end result of all this is when there's 2 or 3% less eggs out there in the market, we the shopper have no way of knowing there's only a 2 or 3% drop in egg supply right now. We don't get a 2 or 3% change in cost. We get chaos, empty shelves, high prices, prices when we can find eggs. Nobody's going to tell us, the shopper, oh yeah, most of the egg farms are fine actually. This price surge is just price gouging at the corporate level, and grocery stores are doing their little strategies to cope. No one's going to tell us that, because when all we see is empty shelves and high prices, we tend to assume the worst, and we start to panic a little bit, don't we? Panicky shoppers are not bad for business. Also, when we think high egg prices are coming from bird flu, then we don't look at competition and lack of competition as a real reason. We don't.
Right. They have an excuse, right? So when they have big headlines, they have an excuse to jack up the prices, and we generally don't ask a lot of questions because we think those questions have already been answered in the form of bird flu.
Think about solutions that we can do about that. Things like fining egg companies for overcharging grocery stores. Things like breaking up those egg companies so they actually have to compete with each other the way a free market is supposed to work to keep prices down. We don't.
Right, exactly. And this is, I don't know what the laws are in Canada, but it definitely seems like the egg farms are a lot smaller in Canada. And in a way, it seems like because of the supply management system in Canada, they are much more apt to work together to maintain a steady supply.
Think that those are solutions that we can go after, and we should. Anyway, that's today's installment of Agriculture is Not Simple. It's really complicated. It's a real job. It needs real respect and real reporting. The response to the last video on egg prices has been overwhelming. I'm glad you all found it helpful. Things are crazy right now, and I know just having some clarity about what's going on really helps. I would love to keep doing more of this reporting, and it is really time consuming. So please like, share, and if you can, subscribe to my Patreon. The link is in the description of this video and my profile, so I can keep putting together good work like this. Here's to living in exciting times.
Yep. Okay, so yeah, I do. I recommend following her on Instagram. I'm gonna put in the chat. I'm gonna put her name. It's Sarah Tabor NC. All right, that's her Instagram handle. I'll put, I'll put stuff in the comments to, kind of highlight what we talked about today. So yeah, so that's egg prices. And then what I wanted to do is talk about Bernie Sanders a little bit, because we have, because we are in a crisis here, and I don't know about you, but I really feel like the time to make the easiest way to prevent all this from happening was in November, and we failed miserably doing that. So now we have to come up with more creative ways to fight back. And I was reading this article: Democrats appear paralyzed, Bernie Sanders is not. So Bernie Sanders, AOC, Crockett. Crockett I like. She's more in your face and soundbite. She's good for a couple sound bites, but I think for material and for actual action and ideas, I think we need to turn to Bernie Sanders and AOC. They've been pretty good at giving me, at providing me with guidance for things we should be doing to fight back, such as 5 calls, calling your representative, letting them know how you feel about what's going on in government, especially if your representative is in a red district, and then even too for your Democrats. My representative is Gregory Meeks. I don't know too much about him. He seems like a pretty toe the line type Democrat. Which is not my favorite. I'm almost in AOC's district, but it doesn't get me down. It's good. She comes to Queens. And you know, you don't have to be in their district to follow them on Instagram and to, you know, see what they're all about. Um, yes, so Bernie Sanders is not paralyzed. He's going on a tour. Um, so 4 years ago, Senator Bernie Sanders was in Cedar Rapids touting the benefits of Joe Biden's ambitious Build Back Better bill to a healthy but modest crowd of Iowans. Mostly Republican members of Congress were unlikely to go back to back the legislation. Okay. This past weekend, Sanders was back in the Hawkeye State, just 27 miles away in nearby Iowa City, to talk to them about the path forward under a second Trump presidency, and drew an audience so big he had to do a second speech immediately afterward to an overflow crowd in a separate venue. So this is part of what he calls a coast-to-coast tour of the country, especially in conservative areas, aimed at rallying the public against Donald Trump's agenda. So this is important. You know, we're all on board. You know, us Democrats, we're all on board. This is especially those of us who voted for Kamala, sorry, and you know, we're all on board. We're just frustrated. We're frustrated in our leadership or lack thereof. So I like what Sanders is doing. He's going to conservative areas because a lot of these moves that Trump and Elon and the Republicans are doing have shown some cracks in public opinion polls of being somewhat unpopular. It does seem to me that it's still pretty much down the party line as far as who's approving what Doge does versus who does not. I looked at that on Monday, looked at some polls, and it does seem that, for the most part, Republicans are pretty much on board with what's going on in Washington right now. But there are little cracks. It's not as popular. These moves aren't as popular as, say, Donald Trump was among Republicans leading up to the election. So it seems to me like what Bernie Sanders is doing is trying to capitalize on this, and he's going to conservative areas to rally the public against Donald Trump's agenda. So this is great. I'll post a link to this article. And he's fighting. He's going on a tour of the country where the rest of the Democratic leadership, it seems to me that mostly what they're doing is, crying how this isn't fair, using the word fascism over and over again, and just basically stomping their feet and saying, no, you shouldn't do this, with absolutely no power. So I like what Bernie Sanders is doing. He's taking it to the people. He's coming to us. Our representatives it doesn't seem like they're doing that right now. They're staying in Washington. They're getting their sound bites. They're telling Elon to fuck off. But where's the meat in the stew, right? Where is it? What do we do? This is great. We're all upset, but you're our leaders, and what are we supposed to do? Please give us some direction. And once again, it seems like a lot of us are turning to Bernie and to AOC for this guidance, because they're touring the country. AOC's on pretty regularly on Instagram, giving us things we can do to fight back, telling us what we can do. And it's these people who've been ostracized by the established government, by the established Democrats, who are pushed out of committee meetings, who are not given a chance to actually lead the party, who've always seemed fringe, are the ones that gain the most support. And until until the Democratic leadership comes around to this idea and really absorbs what these people, what these leaders, what their most popular leaders are saying and doing, not a lot's going to change. So here is what you can do. He's going on this tour. I don't know where he's going. Let's see. Oh, here we go. So I don't want to sign up. So great. Right. So he's going to Nebraska and Iowa. I don't know what's next for Bernie, but we'll pay attention. I hope he comes around our way soon, but that remains to be seen. But what we're saying, let's see. I want to get out of this. Oh, here we go. So this to the top comments here. This is what you got to do. You got to make some noise. You got to let these people know that you're not happy with what they're doing and how they're doing it. So this top comment here, and I've been guilty of not doing this. I am going to be doing this. I promise you this week and more. I'll get on 5 calls. Call your representatives, red, blue, independent, whatever. Whoever represents you, call them and do what this person did. I called my representatives and asked them to get on board with Bernie's anti-oligarchy tour. I recommend we all do. I did too. We have too. Call. Be persistent. Be annoying. Get in their faces. Speak up. Speak up at town hall meetings. Speak up at community board meetings. I live in New York City. I'm a member. I'm not a member, but I regularly attend community board meetings. That's where officials, city officials, who report to the borough president and who reports to the mayor, hear your gripes and your concerns in the community. So go to those things. Let them know that you're upset, because they report that. They report that to your community leaders. Go to open houses. Go to town hall meetings. Find out where your representatives are going to be. Go there. Make a stink. Bring up what Bernie's doing. Bring up what AOC's doing. Let them know. Let them know. Let them know. Let them know. Let them know what you want from them. Be annoying, because the more you do that, the more they're going to change. It's at this point, it's the only way. We don't vote again for these people probably for another 2 years. Some maybe sooner, but it's not looking good for the next 2 years. So we've got to come together. We've got to voice our opinions. We got to be louder about it. There's a block association meeting tonight in my neighborhood. I'm going to go. I'm going to see what's going on. I'm going to connect with people there. Build your network. Build relationships with your local politicians. Let them know your gripes. Let them know what you think they should be doing to help stop or slow this insanity that's going on in the federal government right now. And that's what we need to do. That's what we need to do. If you're as upset or as frustrated or, kind of just pissed off as I am, as everybody that I know is, this is all we can do right now. It's very, you feel very defeated a lot, and you've got to, push through it. You got to speak up, and you got to do what you can. So I highly recommend, if you haven't already, call your representatives, let them know, let them know how happy or upset you are with their with their actions or lack thereof in the federal government or even the local government, and speak up, be annoying, get in their face, because they've had their time, they've had their ideas aren't working, and now we're in deep shit. So they need to answer for some shit, because we've been towing the line, we've been voting the party, and it's done nothing but pretty much backfire for the last couple years. So yeah, so that's what I have to say about that. I'm kind of out of ideas. This is kind of where I thought I would end it today. I appreciate everybody who tuned in. I want to say again how happy I am that I have viewers popping in and out. It's usually just 2 or 3. I'm back. My Monday show sucked. I'm gonna try to do an early show tomorrow. Let me know if there's anything you want me to cover or talk about. Any subreddits you've been on, any news stories you want me to cover. And most of all, please subscribe to my channel. And like I said before, I'm going to put up a little short on the channel about my adventure into B&H today to get this lovely green screen. Ooh, I love it very much. Maybe I can have some fun with it. Maybe we could turn it into a little background. Maybe we could, I don't know, do whatever. But yeah, so thanks for hanging with me. Thanks for supporting just by watching. And if you like it, keep liking it. If you want something different, let me know. I'll try to get out of the house more. Weather's getting better. I'll try to get out of the house more. We'll feature a little bit more of the city, do some more shorts, and yeah, I'm gonna try to keep building this channel. I'm trying. There's a couple buddies of mine who maybe I'd like to either have on. We could call. Let's have little discussions. But yeah. Slowly but surely, and I need support, so please consider subscribing. Please like my videos, share them, take little clips and share them if you want, and please keep watching. I'll probably be on earlier tomorrow, maybe between 9 and 10. And keep on keeping on. And I will see you tomorrow. And again, keep an eye out for that little short that I'm going to put on later. All right. So yeah, so that was news shows for those for your Wednesday, February 26th. Oh yeah. One more time. Watch this. Watch this. I'm so happy. Ooh. It's so much easier to set up. It looks cleaner. It looks a little more professional. I love it. I like the green screen. Maybe we could put like the ocean behind me or something. Or I don't know. What do you think? Little ocean? Maybe mountain range? I don't know. Anyway, let me know. All right, I'm out of here. See you later.